Well, hey everybody, I'm Bill with Live Simple, Live Free. I am at our new house in the backyard and I need a shed. And someone in past life, this is my backyard here, and someone in the past had a shed. See that? That's a concrete pad, and it's 10 by 10 concrete pad. Perfect place for me to build a shed. It's already half done for me. Now this is the concrete pad and it's 10 by 10, which is really not quite big enough for me. I wanted at least a 10 by 14. So rather than just build walls right on the slab, which would be the easiest, I'm actually going to build a wood floor and lay it on top of the slab, and I'll cantilever it over this side and that side by 2 feet on each side. So it'll be 10 feet this way and 14 feet this way, sitting right on the pad. At least that's the plan anyway. The dirt up here is a little bit high from the slab, so I'm going to have to take out a little bit of the dirt right there so that the floor will come out 2 feet beyond the slab. So these are called Tapcon screws, and they're made to screw right into concrete, especially designed for that purpose. So I'm going to screw this down to the concrete, and then I'm going to screw the this in that way, and that's what I'm going to use to anchor the shed to the concrete. Okay, so this concrete is pretty old. I don't know how long it's been here, but it's been a while. And the older concrete gets, the harder it gets. It continues to harden for years after you pour it. So that was slow drilling because that concrete is so hard.
Notice how I cantilevered the 2x4 floor joist system 2 feet beyond the edge of the concrete slab. This allows me to put a 10 by 14 foot shed on a 10 by 10 slab, and that 2 foot overhang is not going to be an issue because the side walls are not weight bearing. The weight of the roof will be on the front wall and the back wall. So the side walls really don't have a whole lot of weight on them. So this is going to work.
So I'm here now like 2 weeks later to finish this up, and I got my son helping me this time. Huh?
Said hi.
Oh, I thought you were telling me to stop. Yeah, he's the cameraman. Anyway, I'm really glad he's here because, you know, it was 11 years. I used to be a contractor for decades, but it was 11 years since I did my last paid job. And now Barry tells me that there's a lot of things that have changed with the code since I was doing it that I didn't know about. One of them has to do with the pressure treated wood. When I quit doing construction, they were just in the process of changing the
Formulation.
The formulation, thank you, my brain's not working. And I knew that they were doing that, but 11 years later I see what the end result is. And he tells me, you know, I've got this all laid out down here, and he tells me that the pressure treated lumber can no longer have ground contact, and it can no longer have contact with concrete. That if you use it on, you know, pressure treated lumber for sill plates around the house on top of the foundation, you've got to put sill seal on it, which I always did anyway, but it's required now. So I've got this all laid out down here with it all directly on the concrete, but I'm going to have to now lift it all up and put flashing underneath of each one of them because of the way it's laying on the concrete. So if I had known that ahead of time, I would have saved some time and put the flashing in down before I put the rafters or the floor joists down. So a lot of flashing. All right. All right, so now we pretty much have the flashing underneath of each one of these. Got it here where I can bend it up on the outside. And usually you would put one row of bridging right down the center to add strength. Instead, I put it here on the end because the flooring is going to go on here. I don't want critters coming up underneath and getting underneath of the flooring. So I put a row here, and he's putting a row over there to keep the critters out of there from making nests and things. So I think we're good to go to start on the flooring. So Barry, tell me about this roofing that we're using.
So it is polycarbonate. There was a local greenhouse that was getting a new skin on the top of the greenhouse, and I happened to show up just as they were about to get rid of the old stuff. So I was like, nope, I'm taking that. So it was quite fun putting the giant stack on my truck because it stuck out way far. But anyway, I wanted to get it quick. So yeah, it's polycarbonate, and we just transported it over here. I had it in storage for a long time, and slapping it on the roof. These are the pieces that go in between them to seal everything. We're just getting it siliconed up, and hopefully it'll last at least a little while.
So you actually use this on the roof of your woodshed?
Yeah, it was a woodshed and a couple of other places. I've just been sort of slowly using up the pile.
So it's lasting though on the woodshed?
Oh yeah.
So it's not a forever fix, but it'll get me by until I can do something better.
Probably a year or two at least.
Okay,
So.
very cool. And from the inside, it looks like a greenhouse that lets the light in.
Yeah, I'm a little worried about it's going to be too much heat.
Right.
Don't know. I mean, it'll be nice. So
Yeah.
at this point, we're just fighting daylight, trying to get it on there.
Before the sun goes down. Okay, so last night we were racing the darkness to get that roof on, and we finally got it on, and then we put the house wrap on, and we actually finished up the house wrap with flashlights in the dark. We wanted to do that because we knew it was going to rain overnight and today, and here it is raining. I was supposed to be leaving to go home this morning, early this morning, but we didn't get a chance to put the door in right here. So this morning I'm going to put the door in, and then I'm going to get out of here. All right, doors in, so I'm finished for this trip. Obviously, I'm gonna put siding on it. Obviously, it still needs siding, but that'll be for the next trip. I like it.